38 interview questions for food safety with sample questions and answers. An interview for food safety position can mean knowing and understanding policies, regulations, procedures, and more. Being prepared for the interview by expecting a variety of questions may help you feel more confident in your answers. Knowing how you will answer both common and specific food safety questions can help you achieve your career goals. In this article, we'll list 38 food safety interview questions, including some with sample answers to help prepare you. The general questions. A hiring manager may ask you some general questions in an interview, such as, how do you work under pressure? Why should we hire you? Why are you leaving your current job? What is one of your strengths? What is one of your weaknesses? What do you see yourself doing in 5 years? What are your salary expectations? Do you have questions? Talk about the time that you felt challenged in the workplace. Tell me about when you had a conflict with a coworker and how you resolved it. What do you know about this company? What is the greatest challenge for food safety professionals? Why do you want to be a food safety professional? What do you look for in a manager? What is your work style? Questions about experience and background. Interviewers may want to know about your previous experience in the industry and your background. Some of these questions may include: what field experience do you have as it relates to food safety? Share a time that you explained a food safety system to someone who didn't know about it. Talk about the time where you had to ask about pesticides or chemicals coming into contact with animals or food. What information should food rotation labels contain? What qualifications do you have for preparing and handling food? If you cut yourself while preparing food, what would you do? When should you throw out food or ingredients? What are some concerns you had in your last food safety position? What did you learn in your last position that will help you here? What special skills, talents, and tools will you bring to this position? What do you love about the food safety industry? In-depth questions. These in-depth questions probe into the specific knowledge, skills, and talents you have in the industry. Share an experience where your attention to detail identified a problem and how you solved it. Describe your methods for writing reports when you need to bring someone into compliance with laws and regulations. You may have to handle raw foods that carry a bacterial risk, such as poultry. What methods have you used to make sure you do so carefully? What system do you have in place to inspect meat processing plants? How do you set and approve labeling standards for meat or poultry products? What process do you use to handle the quarantine and treatment or destruction of plants and plant products? Describe the process for determining whether food is safe to eat. Sample questions with answers. Here are 5 sample questions with example answers about the food safety industry that may help you prepare for your interview. How do you prioritize tasks? Employers may ask you this question to see how you perform your duties to be efficient and ensure quality. You can give examples of processes and procedures you are familiar with and how you prioritize tasks on a busy day. For example, on a busy day, I would start with checking food and equipment at a location to ensure compliance, especially if the location is already open for business. Then I would ask the staff there some general questions without disrupting too much of their day, after which I would go to the next location. I often order locations to visit locally so I don't waste time traveling up and down the same road. For locations that are further away, I plan extra time to ensure I do a thorough job. What qualities should a food safety professional have? Interviewers may ask this question to determine what you think are the best qualities of a food safety professional and to see if you fulfill those same qualities. You can give examples of your best qualities as a food safety professional and some you want to develop. This can help interviewers see you want to grow and are still open to learning while also showing your knowledge of the industry. For example, food safety professionals are detail-oriented, thorough, knowledgeable, and consistent in how they enforce laws and regulations. They ensure every person is safe when consuming plant and animal products. Noticing minor details to keep equipment and food safe ensures people remain healthy. How have you improved your food safety knowledge in the last 6 months? Employers may ask this question to see if you are still passionate and open to learning new things in the industry. You might give examples of new ideas or methodologies you have added to your knowledge and skills. If you have earned a new certification, you can highlight that when answering this question. For example, in the last 6 months, I earned my Food Safety Manager certification. Keeping all of my skills up to date means I can more effectively uphold food safety standards and procedures. I recently adopted a slower and more thorough approach when inspecting safety equipment to make sure every detail complies with laws and regulations. How do you advise production teams on new equipment or techniques? Interviewers may ask a question like this to determine how you communicate with other people who work in the industry in order to maintain good relationships and safety at all levels of production. You can give examples of different methods you use to contact farmers and growers and how you relate to the new techniques or equipment to their needs. For example, because farmers use a variety of methods of contact, I've used phone calls, emails, physical mail, and in-person visits to make sure they have information about new techniques and equipment. I often keep an inventory of new products to introduce them to farmers and growers when I see them, particularly if they express needs that are directly addressed with the information I have. How did you get started in the food safety industry? Interviewers may ask this question to determine what your passion for the industry was, if you still have it, and how you have grown during your career. You can give them an example of what drew you to the industry and why you are passionate about food safety, as well as how you have grown over the course of your professional life. Example: I started my food safety journey at my first food service job at a cafe, and I realized no one had done any food safety training. When I searched for food safety classes, I found one nearby and I took it upon myself to take a course and earn my first certification. I worked my way up that cafe and eventually took other jobs where I increased my knowledge and skills. I want to continue growing my skills so I can help keep people safe. Thank you for watching.